everybody, DeathsStalker here. So I thought I'd talk to you about what's been going on in MotoGP the last week and a bit. So if you haven't been paying attention, Valentino Rossi, who races for Yamaha, a 9-time world champion, probably the most well-known motorcycle racer in history right now, was out on his motocross bike with his VR46 Academy members riding around, and he managed to crash and break his leg. In fact, broke 2 bones in his leg. And he is now out for the next 40 to 60 days minimum before he's going to be back racing. And essentially the armchair experts of the internet had a meltdown, basically saying that, you know, he's a motorcycle racer, road racer, he shouldn't be riding dirt bikes, you know, he's putting his career at risk, he's putting it blah blah. Basically it's like the world had come to an end. Well, I hate to break it to him, but just because you race or ride road racing motorcycles, it doesn't mean you don't ride other stuff. A lot of these guys use dirt bikes for practice simply because a dirt bike can actually replicate a MotoGP bike at a lower speed. So if you want to, you know, practice sliding the bike, the front or rear or both, you can do it at a lower speed and get more comfortable with it than you can with a MotoGP bike. And it's just sort of a way of keeping your reflexes sharp. And pretty much they all do it. If you look at anybody probably in the last 30 years who are top MotoGP / 500 Grand Prix champions, all of them ride dirt. Every single one of them. And a lot of them used to race dirt track, which is basically going around something equivalent of a horse race track on motorcycles. And you know, it's a big sport in North America, but it is raced also in Europe as well. And a lot of European riders started doing it when Kenny Roberts and the American invasion happened in the early 80s with Eddie Lawson, Wayne Rainey, and Kevin Schwantz, and along with a bunch of other Americans as well. So, you know, Val was out riding, something happened. We haven't heard exactly what happened. We'll probably hear from him in a week or so what exactly happened for him to crash and break his leg, but he basically crashed. Well, I hate to tell you this as well, but just because you're a motorcycle world champion doesn't mean you can't crash a motorcycle. Hell, like 2 years ago, Marc Marquez probably had more time in the gravel pits on the racetrack when he was crashing his Honda. And, you know, he's like a 5-time world champion now. It's pushing that edge. It's taking it to the limit. I myself used to race, when I was racing, I used to ride a motocross bike as a way of keeping in shape and getting to practice. A lot of it has also to do with money. Unless you have some rich benefactor or just, you know, won the mega jackpot lottery, you can't afford to ride a Grand Prix track every day. You know, these tracks cost thousands of dollars a day to rent. They cost, you know, the bikes themselves cost a lot of money to operate. So dirt bikes is actually a cheaper way of getting practice. You know, if I won the lottery, I'd love to have a racetrack right next to my house. And I would ride it every day, but I don't have a lottery, so I'm just riding my little bike on the street. You know, a lot of these guys do other things as well, which are just as risky. They mountain bike ride. Some guys do trials, which is, you you know, a little more relaxed than motocross, but has its own dangers of like driving into a tree or off a cliff. You know, Cal Crutchlow, he's a high-performance bicycle rider. He rides bicycles all the time, and he's probably in the best physical condition of all the MotoGP riders. And speaking of Cal, I believe it was on Monday, Calman is a separate tendon in his index finger while cutting vegetables at home. So do you want to stop them from handling knives as well? It's like, these guys are human. They are going to make mistakes. You know, unfortunately, this year we lost Nicky Hayden, who was out training and keeping in shape for his World Superbike racing program, riding a bicycle, and he had a collision with a car in Italy. I'm not going into the details about what happened because the actual police report hasn't been released, and there's been a lot of rumors about who did what and who was doing what, and I'm just not going to talk about it until I hear what the actual official report is. You know, so these guys, you know, they are basically Superman on the track, but they're just like the rest of us everywhere else. They might be better at some things, but it doesn't mean they can't trip on a set of stairs or you know, almost cut their finger off cutting vegetables. So yeah, they should be a little more careful, but at that level you have to push 10/10ths all the time or you start losing your edge. So I'm not going to criticize now. It's like, it's what he does. He's been doing it for 30 years. And I think the internet experts should go find something else to pick on. Anyways, DeathsStalker signing off.